railroad tracks, shooting BBs at old beer cans. Choking on the smoke from a lucky strike somebody lifted off of his old man. We were football flunkies, southern rock junkies, cranking up the stereos, singing loud and proud to give me 3 steps, Simple Man and Curtis Slow. We were good, you know. Got some discount knowledge at the junior college where we majored in beer and girls. It was all real funny till we ran out of money and they threw us out into the world. Yeah, the kids that thought they'd run this town ain't running much of anything. Just loving and laughing and busting our asses, and we call it all living the dream. But these are my people, this is where I come from. We're giving this life everything we've got and then some. It ain't always pretty, but it's real. It's the way we were made, wouldn't have it any other way. These are my people. Well, we take it all week on the chin with a grin till we make it to a Friday night. And it's church league softball, holler about a bad call, preacher breaking up a fight. Then later on at the Green Light Tavern, well, everybody's gathering as friends, and the beers are pouring till Monday morning, and we start it all over again. And these are my people, this is where I come from. We're giving this life everything we've got and then some. It ain't always pretty, but it's real. It's the way we were made, wouldn't have it any other way. These are my people. We fall down and we get up. We walk around and we talk tough. We got heart and we got nerve, even if we are a bit disturbed. Woo. Come on. These are my people, this is where I come from. We're giving this life everything we've got and then some. It ain't always pretty, but it's real. It's the way we were made, wouldn't have it any other way. Oh no, these are my people, yeah.
There's a for sale sign on a big old rusty tractor. You can't miss it, it's the first thing that you see. Just up the road, a pale blue water tower with I Love Jenny painted in bright green. Hey, that's my Uncle Bill there by the courthouse. He'll be lowering the flag when the sun goes down. And this is my town.
Yeah, this is my town. Hey, where I was born, where I was raised, where I keep all my yesterdays, where I ran off cause I got mad and it came to blows with my old man. Where I came back, settled down, that's where they'll put me in the ground. This is my town. Yeah, this is my town. My town.
There ain't much going on here since they closed the mill, but that whistle still blows every day at noon. A bunch of us still go down to the diner. Wonder if that interstate's still coming through. Come Sunday morning service at the Church of Christ, well, there ain't an empty seat to be found, and this is my town.
Yeah, this is my town. Where I was born, where I was raised, where I keep all my yesterdays, where I ran off 'cause I got mad and it came to blows with my old man. Where I came back, settled down, where they're putting me in the ground. This is my town. Yeah, this is my town. My town.
Well, I bought and painted up that rusty tractor. You ain't missing, it's sitting right there in our yard. The county came and took that water tower, and that's Jenny with a baby in the car. Oh, we're off to Sunday service at the Church of Christ, and if we want to see, we better leave right now. And maybe later, me and old T-Roy will show you around our town.
Yeah, this is my town. Yeah, where I was born, where I was raised, where I keep all my yesterdays, where I ran off 'cause I got mad and it came to blows with my old man. I came back, settled down, but where they're putting me in the ground. This is my town. Yeah, this is my town. This is my town. My town. My town. This is my town. My town. This is my town.
Well, the party started early, about 2:45. Just a few close friends, Charlie, Troy, and me. We just got started when somebody asked, how long you think this party's gonna last? I said, all night long.
All night long.
Said all night long.
All night long.
We'll be rocking, we'll be rolling, gonna boogie woogie all night long.
Well, the next door neighbor started raising a fuss. Said you had a party and you didn't call us. I said, put on your dance shoes and come along. We'll be here till the cows come home, and that's all night long.
Said all night long.
I said, all night long.
I said all night long.
We'll be rockin', we'll be rollin', gonna boogie woogie all night long. Guitar.
We farm between Lind and Washtenaw, out in God's country, because nobody else will have it.
During harvest this year, I caught up with Grant and Nancy Miller from Miller Farms in Lind, Washington. Grant and his family have grown wheat in Adams County since 1956, harvesting wheat from land that's famously dry. Less than 12 inches of rain falls here each year, but somehow they make it work.
We farm with my son and son-in-law, we farm 22,800, but it's a crop summer-fall rotation. So we harvest about 10,000 acres a year, and we've got about 2,800 acres in Conservation Reserve Program, and the rest is in fallow. Basically, we get a crop every other year on the ground. So half of it lays idle for a year, and half of it has a growing crop.
During harvest season, efficiency is everything. Farmers like the Millers organize everything around keeping the combines moving all day long. They stop only for fuel or the occasional lunch break. The other machines help carry the load.
We've got 3 combines, and they hold about 300 bushel each. And when they cut and the bulk tanks get full, the bank out wagon takes and picks up from each 3 combines, and the bank out wagon holds about 1,000 bushel. So the bank out wagon goes to the semi, loads the semi on the road, and off to the warehouse or the terminal the semi heads.
From Grant's farm, the truck will carry the wheat 20 miles to the co-op wheat terminal. At least once a week, a train comes through and loads up 110 train cars destined for Washington's international ports. 95% of the wheat grown in the Northwest is sent overseas, mostly to the Pacific Rim.
You know, farming, just like life, is common sense and getting along with people, and that's what life's about.
I'm Jeff Malone. I'm the 6th generation of our family farm, and we farm around 4,000 acres, and there's 4 of us, my dad and I, and then 2 hired men, and I've been doing it for about 7 years now. We have primarily conventional tillage, but we do some direct seeding. We're just kind of dabbling in it right now. I've seen a lot of people do it around us, and I figured we'd give it a try.
How much rainfall do you get on average throughout your farm?
At this farm particularly, we get about 8 inches annually. We need to make sure that moisture is there come seeding time. Obviously, with 8 inches of rain annually, it's very hard to do. So a lot of times we got to seed deep, and it takes a long time for that wheat to germinate and get up tall enough where it'll actually make a crop. Just since I've been farming, we went through 4 different varieties, just because there's so much technology and seed varieties coming down the pipeline. Just the winter hardiness. Around here, we can have no snow, or we can have 3 feet of snow. It varies so much. And the new varieties are obviously winter hardy for us, and so we like to try new things, dabble in it, and see what it does for us.
We have 2 young boys. Our kids are often in the tractor, riding with Dad. It absolutely has to be safe, not only for them to be out there, but for the wheat that's going to go out to the consumers.
Technology's made huge improvements over the last 10 years, and is what we're going to see those same amount of improvements every year now going down the line. We're not blanket spraying, putting all that chemicals on the ground, and it's promoting a lot better soil health. A customer that ran this technology last year said he had the best canola stand he's ever got last fall, and he knows it's from not blanket spraying chemicals.
You try to do the best possible job you can because your livelihood depends on it. You put your blood, sweat, and tears into it. It's your livelihood.
On Washington's wheat fields, farmers work long hours for weeks at a time to bring in the harvest. But harvest is only the beginning. At the edge of every field, semi-trucks stand ready to receive the grain and move it down the road to the wheat terminal. The farmers sell their grains to the local co-op, whose job is to get the wheat to the market. Each truck is weighed on arrival. Washington's wheat counties produce so much wheat that the silos are full. So wheat is unloaded into 6 outdoor piles that will grow to hold more than 1 million bushels each. Since opening in 2002, this particular wheat terminal has shipped over 300 million bushels of grain. The grain is unloaded through a grate and onto a conveyor belt waiting below. While it's being unloaded, a small test sample is taken and logged. Some of the finest quality wheat in the world grows in Washington state. When the truck is unloaded, the driver will get weighed again and head back to the farm for another load. The truck might make this trip 8 to 12 times in a day. The farmer will get credited and receive a slip showing how much wheat was deposited. But the wheat's journey is not over yet. This facility has a full train loop, so a train with 110 cars can load up under the elevator, one car at a time. In Washington, growers have two main ways to get their product to market. Some moves by train and some by barge along the Snake and Columbia rivers. Eventually, the grain reaches one of Washington's ports, where it can be loaded on a bulk freighter and exported to the furthest corners of the world.
Farming has always been a part of the Inland Northwest. The Washington Association of Wheat Growers is proud to bring you a tribute for our farmers.
Washington farmers provide wholesome, nutritious products, including the wheat we enjoy in cakes, cookies, crackers, bread, and noodles. A functional and efficient transportation infrastructure by way of river, rail, and highway is critical to our agriculture industry and to meet the demand for food products. Let's keep Washington moving.
A tribute for our farmers, brought to you by the Washington Association of Wheat Growers and these fine sponsors.